Netflix is home to more than just cozy rom-coms and crime thrillers. Beneath the surface lies a vault of violent, unhinged, and deeply disturbing films.
You've what?
Nora.
You were wrong. You were so wrong.
Some are bloody, some are psychological. All of them leave scars.
Downstairs. I want to see my #1 birthday boy.
These are the 10 most graphic movies on Netflix that demand a strong stomach and an empty house. Number 10. Clinical.
Give me the glass.
You were so wrong.
Let me help you.
Clinical is a psychological horror that digs deep into trauma, paranoia, and the thin line between perception and madness. Vanessa Shaw stars as Dr. Jane Mathis, a psychiatrist recovering from a violent attack by a former patient, an attack that left her with PTSD and sleep paralysis. When she agrees to take on a new client, a disfigured man with a disturbing past, her world begins to unravel in the most terrifying ways. Mysterious footprints, missing footage, and gruesome visions blur the line between her mind and reality. Directed by Alistair Legrand, Clinical delivers a slow burn descent into psychological breakdown, complete with bloody hallucinations and a truly disturbing third act. It's not your typical jump scare fare, it's darker, grittier, and far more unsettling. If you're into horror that gets under your skin, this is a twisted opener to our countdown. Number 9. Clown.
How do you get the suit off?
Forget balloon animals. This clown wears skin. Clown follows a loving father who dons an old costume for his son's birthday, only to discover it's cursed. Slowly, horrifyingly, the outfit fuses with his body, turning him into the vessel of an ancient child-eating demon known as the Cloyne. What begins as an innocent gesture devolves into full-blown body horror, complete with grotesque transformations and a hunger that can't be stopped. Directed by John Watts and produced by Eli Roth, the film blends psychological torment with visceral carnage, pushing family man horror into twisted new territory. It's gruesome, unsettling, and way more disturbing than the goofy title suggests. If you're creeped out by clowns, this won't help. Clown lands at number 9 for taking childhood terror and making it nightmarishly real. Number 8. Army of the Dead.
That's heavy, brother. But I dig it.
Las Vegas is a war zone, and the dead run the house. Army of the Dead isn't just a zombie flick. It's a splatter-filled heist movie soaked in blood, betrayal, and brain matter. Zack Snyder unleashes a stylized, savage world where mercenaries break into the quarantine zone not to save lives, but to rob a casino vault before the city is nuked. The zombies? Smarter, faster, organized. One of them even rides a zombie horse. Add a decaying tiger, limb-ripping kills, and a team that falls apart one body at a time, and you've got a gruesome spectacle that never lets up. It's gory, chaotic, and unapologetically brutal. Army of the Dead earns its place for delivering undead carnage with blockbuster flair, and enough violence to keep your stomach churning long after the credits roll. Number 7. Incantation.
到你的脑袋里面去哦。
If you're easily shaken, Incantation might not just scare you, it might curse you. This Taiwanese found footage horror hit blends cult folklore, demonic rituals, and a mother's desperate fight to save her child. Told through fragmented video diaries and hidden camera footage, it invites the viewer to participate by chanting an incantation that's supposedly helping, but may actually be spreading the curse. Director Kevin Ko weaponizes superstition with a terrifying meta twist, making you question your own safety by the final scene. Grotesque runes, distorted deities, and moments of raw terror make this a nerve-wracking ride. It's not just about jump scares, it's about dread, guilt, and how far someone will go to save a loved one. Incantation earns its spot for being inventive, immersive, and disturbingly real in all the worst ways. Number 6. The Perfection.
I don't know. What the
Don't let the title fool you. The Perfection is anything but polished comfort. This Netflix psychological thriller is twisted, disturbing, and loaded with graphic shocks that hit like a gut punch. Allison Williams and Logan Browning star as two elite cellists entangled in a friendship-turned nightmare. What starts as a sleek drama about talent and jealousy quickly descends into body horror, hallucinations, and a violent reckoning with past abuse. The film constantly shifts tones: sex, madness, mutilation, and revenge, keeping you unsteady and uncomfortable. Directed by Richard Shepard, it's a wild ride full of unreliable perspectives and sharp turns, all leading to a finale that's as gruesome as it is poetic. The perfection earns its place for sheer shock value and psychological intensity. You won't see the twists or the blood coming. Number 5. Creep.
You see my keys?
One drink, okay?
Minimal, intimate, and deeply unnerving, Creep is found footage horror that burrows under your skin and stays there. A broke videographer takes a one-day gig filming a dying man's final message to his unborn son, but things spiral into something far more disturbing. Mark Duplass plays Joseph with skin-crawling charm, masking a sinister edge behind awkward jokes and fake sincerity. As the lies stack up and paranoia builds, the film evolves into a slow-motion psychological breakdown, capped by one of the most shocking kills in modern horror. Directed by Patrick Brice, Creep uses stillness and suggestion to devastating effect. No flashy gore, just pure dread. It's awkward, quiet, and relentlessly unsettling. For fans of tension over jump scares, this stripped-down nightmare is a must-watch. Number 4. Polar.
If a former agent dies after retirement,
Stylish, savage, and soaked in blood, Polar is like John Wick, cranked up on acid. Mads Mikkelsen stars as Duncan Visla, aka the Black Kaiser, a legendary assassin pulled out of retirement when his corrupt employer decides to kill him off to avoid paying out his pension. What follows is an ultra-violent cat-and-mouse game through snow-covered landscapes, neon-soaked torture chambers, and explosive shootouts. Directed by Jonas Åkerlund and backed by a pounding Deadmau 5 score, Polar blends comic book brutality with grindhouse flair. Eye-gouging, decapitations, and sadistic torture scenes make this a brutal watch. And that's before you even get to the flamethrowers. It's a stylish bullet ballet with zero filter and maximum carnage. If you thought Mikkelsen couldn't get darker after Hannibal, think again. Number 3. Headshot. What happens when the Bourne identity meets the raid? You get Headshot, a brutally intense Indonesian action thriller, soaked in blood and vengeance. Iko Uwais stars as an amnesiac man, nursed back to health by a doctor, only to be hunted by a ruthless crime syndicate he once belonged to. What follows is a relentless gauntlet of knife fights, bone-crunching brawls, and vicious shootouts. Directed by the Mo brothers, Headshot never lets up. Every encounter is a test of survival, with kills that feel raw and punishing. It's not just violent, it's unhinged, featuring brutal child assassin backstories and twisted loyalty trials, with echoes of martial arts classics and a gritty emotional core. Headshot is the kind of ultra-violent carnage that hits like, well, a bullet to the skull. Number 2, Apostle. Apostle is a harrowing descent into cultist horror set on a remote Welsh island, and it's as beautifully brutal as it is disturbing. Dan Stevens plays a man sent to rescue his sister from a secretive religious cult, but what he uncovers is a blood-soaked nightmare ruled by ritual sacrifice and a decaying forest deity imprisoned in roots. Directed by The Raid's Gareth Evans, the film is drenched in gothic atmosphere and dread. It trades martial arts for folk horror, complete with pagan hallucinations, bone-crunching torture, and a blood-grinding machine you won't soon forget. Apostle doesn't rush. Its slow burn builds to violent revelations and twisted mythology. Imagine The Wicker Man on steroids, filtered through the raw savagery of Evans' signature style. For lovers of dark folklore and nihilistic horror, this is divine madness. Number 1. The Killer.
stick to your plan.
David Fincher's The Killer is a razor-sharp plunge into the mind of a cold-blooded assassin, brought chillingly to life by Michael Fassbender. After a botched hit puts his girlfriend in danger, the nameless killer embarks on a globe-spanning mission of brutal revenge. What unfolds is a slow, surgical descent into obsession, where violence is methodical, emotions are liabilities, and every move is calculated with deadly precision. Fincher strips away glamour, replacing it with icy detachment, bone-snapping fights, and minimalist bloodshed. Tilda Swinton shines in a tense showdown, and the film's haunting Smiths-heavy soundtrack adds a surreal touch to the carnage. The killer isn't flashy, it's unnerving, relentless, and masterfully restrained. Stylish, savage, and deeply unsettling, it closes our countdown as the most technically disturbing thriller on Netflix right now. And that wraps up our countdown of the 10 most graphic movies on Netflix. Stories soaked in blood, madness, and moral decay.
I like it.
These aren't just violent, they're unforgettable. Some cut deep emotionally, others just straight up tear through bone and flesh. Whether you're still reeling from the chaos of Headshot, haunted by the cursed footage of Incantation, or lost in the cold precision of The Killer, one thing's for sure, Netflix has a vault of nightmares just waiting to be unlocked. Which of these messed you up the most? Or did we miss one that left you scarred? Drop it in the comments. Hit like, tap subscribe, and keep that screen dripping with depravity. Until next time, watch boldly, and I'll see you on the couch.